Good morning, friends, family, all you newcomers to our Blurry Vision book review. This is where we read books, we pick a drink based off the book, and then we give you our personal opinions, what we like, what we didn't like, and we review the book for you today. This is our first morning session.
Yes.
We are starting our morning off. Oh, hold on. I'm Teresa.
I'm Miranda.
Miranda's going to give you a little disclaimer.
Yes, for anyone who has younger ears or is easily offended, I do not recommend listening to us out loud. We're funny, but we're also inappropriate at times. And
Can be.
Yeah, we're a good time, but we're not for everybody. So,
today we're going to read a book by Lori Gilmore. It's called Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So our drink, and I'm just going to pass this off to you because you made it.
I did. Our drink is a pumpkin spiked coffee. Mm-hmm. We went with this. It's got espresso martini with vodka and coffee liqueur.
Kind of like the name. It's called Effin.
Yeah, Effin is the people who make it. And then it was a pumpkin cream liqueur.
Yep.
And then I made some cold foam, pumpkin spice cold foam. And so then we also have in this second glass that we've had, because we enjoyed one prior to starting.
Yes.
The second glass we added Fireball, and
it adds a dimension.
Oh my goodness. So I highly recommend making this one and drinking it at the pumpkin patch. Trick or treating if you want some caffeine. Maybe try decaf. I don't know if you can get liquor decaf.
I don't think Effin makes decaf.
I guess they don't. But what I'm saying is this pumpkin spice liqueur and Fireball, and I'm sure that the coffee also helps, but like, whew, it is dreamy.
And your cold foam on top. She's really a professional coffee maker. So the fact that we chose to do a morning session, this was the only option. Only option.
So to kick off our podcast, we'll go ahead and cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
All right, let's get into it. So, Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Oh, so sorry. Here's your notes. Here's my notes.
Yep.
I consider this, as far as genre, it's a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I said that it was a holiday rom-com.
Holiday.
So, yeah.
Holiday? What holiday?
Well, because it's literally, I don't know. I figure fall is a holiday. Is it not a holiday? Maybe fall's not a holiday.
It's a season.
Okay. Maybe it's a seasonal rom-com.
Seasonal rom-com.
Seasonal rom-com. Yeah.
Rom-com.
Have another coffee.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, yeah. So holiday season. They did talk a little bit of Halloween, hence our festive. I don't know if you can see like
what was it the fall festival?
Yeah.
That was where it poured down rain really, really heavy. Wasn't it the fall festival?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. This is part of a series. It is called the Dream Harbor series.
Yes.
What's the second? I don't even know.
The second book is being released in July of 2024. So we have a couple months, and it's called Bluebell Bookstore, and that one's Hazel's story. So basically, this is a book about a woman named
Jeannie.
Jeannie.
She thought it was Janine the entire book, and then
halfway through. I was like, it's Janine, and it's not Janine.
It's Jeannie.
But I was like reading it quick. I don't know. Anyway, I have no excuses other than terrible.
And what's crazy about Jeannie is she was like a bigwig, like assistant receptionist.
She's like an executive assistant. What's the last one we did about an executive assistant?
I don't know. Anyway, her boss, she worked endless hours, and she came in one day and her boss was face down on his desk, dead. And that affected her in a pretty bad way. I feel like
that mentally she saw herself being the next one because she was his right-hand man. Like, that was it.
Yeah. And so she got the opportunity to take over her Aunt Dot's, was it Dot?
Mm-hmm.
The aunt's name was Dot, right? Dottie?
Dot. Mm-hmm.
Dot. Was it Dottie?
Dot. I'm thinking Edna, so you go with Dot.
Was it Edna?
I don't know.
I thought it was Dot.
You're right. No, it is Dot. Aunt Dot.
She's like super eccentric, and she ran this coffee shop,
cafe
type thing. And anyway, she leaves it to Jeannie. And so
Yes.
Jeannie moves to
Dream Harbor.
Dream Harbor to become a dreamer.
A dreamer.
A
They call
dreamer.
them the dreamer.
The dream-
Also, I want to go to Dream Harbor.
Me too.
Oh, it's a quaint little town. They do everything so amazing for fall.
I think I'll skip the bar though, because I didn't really like his character. The guy who owned the bar that was kind of a dick.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember his name.
Mac.
Mac. Yes.
But I think Mac is he's going to be just fine because he will eventually.
Is he in book 2?
I think he's going to be in book 3. Book 2 is.
Hopefully I can get over my feelings for him.
That's what the other friend said too.
All right.
Okay.
So the first thing we'll go over is what? What is
Favorite
it?
part of the book.
Favorite part of the book.
Okay.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. My favorite part of this book was they did a ghost stakeout.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay.
So takes over this cafe. Her apartment is upstairs. She's living alone. She's a single woman. And she's hearing noises that wake her up and she can't get a good night's sleep. And she ends up, she woke up with a bat because she heard the noise and she went downstairs. And then the main character, the male, Logan, was there. He owns a farm and he's a farmer, hence why I'm on my flannel. And he shows up to bring her fresh produce, which
her like pumpkins and her gourds. And
yes, and she shows up with a bat because she thinks that he's trying to break in.
Yeah,
and that's where it all starts, as far as that's concerned. But then fast forward, he offers to help her do a stakeout to try to figure out what this noise is, and the funniest part about that stakeout to me was the fact that she like prepared this whole night with like massive amounts of snack food and candies and stuff and Twizzlers, which she thought were horrible candies.
but her brother is the one who recommended the Twizzlers.
Yes, her brother
Yes,
did recommend
right.
the Twizzlers. Anyway, turns out Logan's a fan of Twizzlers and she thinks that they're terrible. But anyway, it ends up being, do I tell him what it ends up being after their stakeout? Which almost ends in a hot, steamy session, but
Everything in this book almost ends.
yeah,
as a
it
hot,
goes
steamy
3/4
session.
of the way, I feel
Yeah.
like, with almost, and you're just like,
Literally,
just do it already.
literally, least favorite part. Blue balls because of how many almost moments. Like you're like, Logan, I kind of feel bad for you at this point in time.
Yes, for
Like-
sure. For sure. And he's just this hot farmer. And she talks about it too, and I can't remember exactly how she refers to him. She's like the farmer in flannel or something like that. I wrote it down somewhere. But anyway, what was your favorite?
My favorite has to be, it's the little things in it. It wasn't like the whole story. The whole story was just fine, but it wasn't like,
It was cute.
it was adorable. It was very Hallmark-esque.
Very Hallmark-esque.
I'm not.
I didn't cry in this one though, I don't think.
Do you cry in Hallmark movies?
Yes.
Really?
Every single freaking one.
No.
I feel like I cry in every Hallmark movie because I just want to live in a Hallmark movie.
I want to live in a Hallmark movie because of the decorations, not because of anything else.
I want the love that's in those Hallmark movies. All these men, they do so many sweet things for their women, and
Do you
then,
know how bored you'd get with that though? You need a little more.
well, I would need that, and then I would add in my XXX side of things and bring it in. So it would be almost like a Hallmark.
Like the books we read is what it would be.
Yes.
Spicy Hallmark.
Yes, spicy Hallmark. Maybe we need to come out with spicy Hallmark movies. Could you imagine?
Honestly, so you're talking about like decorative soft porn?
Yeah.
Is there a market for that? I mean, I feel like there is.
I
but
feel like there is.
has there not already been?
I think that's where books come into play, but then
Production company, Blurry Vision.
Exactly. That's exactly what it
She
is.
has a spicy rom-com movies. It's like Hallmark, but for after dark.
After Dark
Yes!
Hallmark. We said it first.
You heard it right here.
Right here, live on the morning version, first annual.
First annual, we're only gonna do this once.
Oh shit!
Vacation, it was great.
First monthly.
My pants are inside out.
I thought you were gonna say you just wet your pants. Oh God. Okay.
Sorry.
Moving on.
No, my favorite part.
It wasn't. Was it her?
Grandma. Grandma was my favorite thing. And the farm and the town being batshit crazy. I grew up in a small town. I could see all of this shit happening.
Was it not her aunt? I thought it was her aunt.
Her aunt is crazy, but the grandma, remember she went to a
Logan's-
aerobic. Yeah. Logan's grandma. Sorry, I should
Okay.
have said that. I should have said that.
Okay. Yes. No.
Okay.
I loved her. I wrote that
Yeah.
right here. Loved the grandma too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the least favorite part.
I did, but there was just so much drama and back and forth, and I'm not a big drama person in books.
Yeah.
There was a lot of it. They also the blue balls for Logan.
Yeah.
Because it almost happened so many times, and you're like, oh my God, get it over with.
Yes.
But it was still adorable. And then they got caught in the haunted house. That's my least favorite. That was a funny moment.
That was a funny moment.
So yeah, those are what?
My least
Thank you.
favorite moment. It wasn't even a moment because I wasn't there for it. I'm just saying, I wasn't there for it because they just keep referring back to it. But I think my least favorite was where he was embarrassed in public during his previous proposal. So he fell in love with this girl like super fast. So he's a fast faller, like really fast.
He's a sissy lala.
He's a very fast faller.
Yeah.
And he fell in love with this girl. Everything was hunky dory, blah blah blah, like best, everything was great. So he thought next step he was going to propose to her, and so at the tree lighting,
Biggest event in town,
tree lighting ceremony, he gets down on one knee and she rejects him.
In front of the whole
Rejects
town.
him in front of the whole town.
And he's an orphan.
Yes.
And so everybody just feels bad for him.
Yeah, everybody takes him under their wing, and everybody loves Logan, and Logan's this, and he just needs some wonderful woman to come in, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So thank God for Jeannie and her wit, to be really honest.
Yeah.
She was a funny one. I also felt bad for Jeannie and what she had to see with her boss. Like, that's just a terrible thing. Nobody should have to see that.
No.
So that was another one of my parts. And then Norman, just being Norman.
I kind of liked him.
He was such a little dick, though. Like,
He was.
seriously, who's going to screw over some sweet girl like Jeannie and scare the shit out of her? Think that,
I have a soft spot for him because
Okay.
he did it because of love.
Well, what is book 2 about Norman and Dot?
Well, that was not appropriate.
Age meets age.
Oh God.
And the wrinkly balls.
Wrinkly, saggy, hanging down. Do your balls hang low? God damn it.
Yep, just like that. Okay,
Race to the end or a slow burn? Slow burn. I took my time reading it. I wasn't like.
I
didn't have to finish it immediately.
I would
wasn't
agree.
like, oh my God.
I would agree with you. It was a slow burn, but I also read books pretty damn fast.
Which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen any of our other videos, Bacon used to not read at all.
No, my first book was a Tessa Bailey book, and I'd been with my boyfriend for 14 years, and at the time, and he was like, I've never seen you read a book ever in 14 years. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, Miranda gave me this book. It's a really good book. Like, I didn't know how else to say it. Like, I'm just, I can't put it down.
Yeah.
And so now, I'm breaking all sorts of Kindle records.
Yeah, you are.
And I branched in from Tessa Bailey, which, I'm sorry, Tessa is a great writer. Oh. But I've also branched into other types of romance
I really
ones,
like-
and the dark romance is fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, she is just called dark romance, which we all know what that is. Fun, lighthearted,
Yes.
if you will.
I'll sit at the like on a public train and just read my dark romance.
Read it on your phone.
So, what was the question?
Race to the end or a slow
Oh,
burn?
yes.
We already answered that.
Yeah, slow burn.
Okay,
Slow burn.
what scene stuck with you the most? Oh, okay. I've got 3 that stuck with me the most.
I'm gonna let you go for
Okay.
it. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with my hair. It's driving me crazy. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. The stakeout with Candy. So I did have that on here, which is the
Loved
okay.
it.
The haunted house, which we already kind of mentioned, is basically like they run into a haunted house, they hide in a corner. The lady thinks it's teenagers because they're making out in the corner of the haunted house. Because it reminds me of when like my husband and I, when we were still dating, went to a haunted house. We didn't hide in a corner and make out. He had me in front of him as we like ran through this thing, and it was when we've been together long enough that like baggy pants and ripped bottoms were really cool, and he like ripped my pants.
Oh my gosh.
It's just such an opposite reaction that I'm like, oh, I like that. That was my favorite.
Wish we would have hid in the corner.
I wish we would have hid in the corner right now, so I'm like, run. Bitch, please. Okay.
Okay, what's your third? What was the third?
The third one is the name of his farm animals.
Oh my god, I loved them. They're all...
The chickens were Lizzo, Rihanna, and someone else. He had another farm animal named, oh my god, Harry Styles was one of them.
Yeah, but what were the donkeys? Were the donkeys?
The Bobs.
The
Bob Marley and Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yeah.
And they called them the Bobs.
Yeah, the Bobs. I loved it. And those guys would come to everything because they were so good.
Everyone loved the Bobs.
Everyone loved the Bobs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. My scene that stuck. The one where he finally stopped caring if he failed in public again.
Yeah.
And he ran into the cafe and let her know
express.
exactly how he felt. He said, because the town is nosy, like really nosy. And they have a book club. within the town, and the book club like has to know all the gossip, and so like they're gonna be the talk of the town, and he didn't want to be the talk of the town because he got left of the tree lighting ceremony, but anyway, I loved that he went in there and he said, Jeannie, please, I need to talk to you. And if you don't come out here, I'm going to say everything I need to say in front of everyone of these nosy people out here. And he's yelling in the cafe. And she went and grabbed him and pulled him in there because she's like, oh my God, no, I can't have you embarrass yourself, basically. So that was one of the biggest scenes that stuck with me. And then when he actually told her how he felt, he was like, I want the genie that almost decapitated me. I want the one who believes in ghosts. The one who talks to my chickens and runs through the rain to chase a farmer's market tent. I meant it the other night. I like messy genie. He stepped closer. I like you every way. I thought that was, that was one of my favorite, like.
Agreed. That was a cute part. Would you want to read another book by this author?
I mean, yes. I mean, what's the second book about? Do we know?
Yes, the second book is Hazel and Noah.
Which is?
The bookstore owner, and he keeps buying books so that he can go in there.
Yes.
He's the fisherman.
Yes. Okay, I might want to know what happened with them, but yeah, I can wait till 2024.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, so I have it was a cute holiday easy read.
It was.
And
and we wanted to, by the way, I don't know if we said this in the very beginning, but we're doing a double session today.
Yeah.
And so we wanted one that was short, sweet, cute little read. And then we have the second one that is a little bit
feistier.
Yeah.
So did this book impact your mood? No.
I did.
It wasn't. It
impacted my mood. This book was a sweet, feel-good book is what I wrote.
Aww,
it made me smile and laugh too.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
That's how I felt.
Did you like the heat level of this book? I just went, meh. It was a good starter rom-com. Like, if you haven't read them before and you're just trying to, get your foot wet, it's a good starter.
Yeah, I don't know why I wrote 3 to 4 for a heat level. Yeah, I said 3 to 4. Lots of almost, but they had some heavy make-out sessions, like when they were grinding in the truck.
In the middle of town!
On Main Street.
Can I just say, romance authors make my anxiety shoot through the roof because they're willing to let their characters have sex or make out anywhere.
Anywhere
and
public.
You're like, oh my God, they're going to get caught. They never get caught.
No, I said the session on Main Street in the truck where they feel like teens. Then as soon as he confessed his love, it was game on. And then it never ended.
Yeah, no, it was a
nonstop. But it was only the last couple chapters.
And then it says, was the connection believable? Yeah, but they kept fighting it. They fought it from the whole book. The whole book.
What did I say? I said, yes, he was this grumpy, sexy farmer. She was a smiley gal trying to figure out who she wanted to be, somewhere between old Jeannie and new Jeannie. And they just broke down each other's barriers and it just worked.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
I like that.
I put a lot of effort into this, Blurry. I just want you guys all to know. Sometimes I'm not prepared, but I'm prepared.
Do you plan to read the next book? I've said yes because Noah and Hazel seemed cute. Again, we just said Hazel was, she's the book owner. She's a friend. There's a group of friends.
I'm having a really hard time when you say Hazel because Hazel's our main character in book 2 here.
I know, but like you gotta stay focused.
I know, I am. Okay, focus.
Okay, focus.
Yes, got it.
But this author did a really good job. She sprinkled the relationships through the whole book.
Yeah.
It's not like most books where you read it and you're like, it's so hot and heavy with the 2 main characters. You don't really know who the new guy is going to be. But in this one, you knew immediately. You knew at the first town hall meeting that you were like, okay, so Hazel and Noah are a thing, and Anna or Anne and Mac. I don't recall their names. I kind of screwed that up. But
yeah, they're a possible thing.
yeah, they're for sure a thing.
They'll probably
They
show
hate
up
each
in
other who
book
love
3,
each other,
yeah.
but I'm sure that that's book 3.
And
if I'm wrong, we'll talk about it when July 2024 gets here.
I know Miranda and I have the same standout quote, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Please.
Because they were at a town hall meeting and Logan and Jeannie are sitting next to each other, and he invited her to this town hall meeting.
Yeah.
And these book club people come in and they're talking about all their stuff, and he says to her, "Don't worry about them. They're just looking for a place to peddle their pornography."
And then the one guy in the book club hands her a book to read, and it's the Farmer's Milkmaid or the
Farmer's Milkmaid or
the Farmer
something.
and the Milkmaid, and it's basically a hot and heavy book about
a farmer.
And so she's like, yeah, great book.
Yeah, great. As far as shots, I said 0 needed. This one, I think anybody could read.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That was,
I will say, I liked, because my laugh is obnoxious, I'm aware.
No, it's fun.
But it says, one of my favorite quotes other than because I was like, I gotta find something else about other than like pushing their porn, is they're going to come in here all hopped up on their latest smutty book, cackling like a coven of witches. And I was like,
oh my god, that's so, yes. I forgot about that part.
Oh god. And then Logan, again, like Bacon said, he proposed in front of town, screwed up their whole Christmas, whatever. And one of the thoughts that he has running through his mind is good old Logan ruining town events with ill-fated marriage proposals and inappropriate erections.
And another part that like I didn't like, to be honest, was when he like literally pushed her out of the way because grandma was knocking on the door, or grandpa was knocking on the door, and it affected her. She was like, "Oh my god, is he embarrassed of me?" You know.
So did you not like it because of him, or did you not like it because of her reaction to it?
I didn't like the whole thing as a whole. Like, just set her aside and open the door and be like, "Hey, we're busy. Yeah, I'm getting it on in here."
But they never did. They ended up stopping, and then again,
I know, another like. Good God, you gotta keep
don't read this book.
No.
If you're sexually frustrated, do not read this book.
That's probably why I gave it 0 shots. Just joking.
Says the woman who's like, I need my dirty mafia romance times 3. Okay.
Yeah.
The one other thing I did like, in the back of the book, the author's last name is Gilmore. So she does say that she likes to do a lot of Gilmore comparisons. I've never watched all of the Gilmores, but she does reference how, like, if you love the Gilmore show, you'll like this. It's kind of the same type of thing. In the front of the book, she has a Spotify playlist, which I have never seen an author do that, and I love that.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see?
No.
It's in the very front of the book, at least on Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it electronic. I didn't buy the cover book.
I want to make sure I said everything here.
But they have a Spotify. How many shots to recommend? To a coworker, 0. To friends, 0. To family, 1. But it's because
I says a 0 again.
Yeah.
But my mom will be here for round 2 here.
Yeah. So
we invited a special guest.
Yes, our next Blurry, which will be here in just a little bit, we'll have a Falling for the Enemy with a special guest.
Yeah, Claire Kingsley. I love her writing.
Oh, Good writing. Great writing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so if you loved this and you want to hear more of us,
Stay tuned.
stay tuned.
Because we have Falling for My Enemy with Kara Quincy.
Cheers.
Cheers.